It's Charter Local Edition. I'm Brad Pomerance. We're in Long Beach today at the League of California Cities annual convention. We are joined by Ryan McEachron. He is a councilman in the city of Victorville in the high desert. And sir, I think it's fair to say a few years ago, tough times.
Very tough times.
In the high desert.
Yeah.
But boy, what a difference a few years makes. You are pumping in the high desert, especially in Victorville.
Yeah, we're really turning things around. We've got a lot of great things going on. Jobs being created, new restaurants coming into the city.
And let's talk about food, my favorite subject.
Food, yes.
So you opened a BJ's restaurant.
Right.
And what's interesting about that restaurant is it's a new prototype. What does that mean? Do you know what I'm talking about? It's a new kind of version of it?
Well, I think that what they did was they built a different type of restaurant,
right,
as far as how they're going to go
the
forward.
Experience.
Yeah, the experience and everything like that. But it's a great restaurant, brew house type of thing, and
it's an anchor along this restaurant row.
Right, it is. We really have become right there along the freeway, I-15 freeway and Amargosa Road and Bear Valley Road. Restaurant row. It is, and they're literally going to brand it that way.
And there is huge news.
Yes.
When I was a kid, I remember there was a restaurant, it was a storefront called Cracker Barrel. They're gone, but maybe not.
Well, they're coming back.
They're coming back!
They're coming back, yes. I'm glad to share that with you here today.
Yes.
Probably the first person I've actually shared it with, but Cracker Barrel is in talks with the city to build the first restaurant again in California, and as most people know, they're in the Southwest and other states. But they haven't been in California for a long time, so they're coming back, and a lot of people are excited about it. Especially my dad; he loves that place. So
no, it's great.
We're looking forward to it.
New Krispy Kreme.
New Krispy Kreme.
Important.
I
mean, look.
We're on the map now.
No, but in a lot of ways, you got a Krispy Kreme, you're on the map. But look, in a lot of ways, the fact that you're having chains come to your community says a lot.
Yes.
Because I don't know a lot, but I do know that chains do their research. And they make sure when they're going into a community that they're going to succeed.
Right.
They don't mess with what.
Yeah.
And so if they're going to Victorville, BJ's, Krispy Kreme, they've done their homework. And they believe this community can sustain their establishments.
Yeah, and we have so many people traveling, north on the 15, south on the 15. So not only do they have the the base there with the actual population, but you also have just all the commuters or the travelers going north and south from Las Vegas or to the river or whatever. So a lot of people get off the freeway, they stop there, take a break, they gas up, they eat at our restaurants.
And we'll talk about roads in a second, but I want to talk more about other economic development opportunities that are succeeding in Victorville. Of course, you have the logistics center, which is important. But what you've been able to do is work with some folks to bring them in. Arden Companies is coming in. Newell Rubbermaid is coming in. The DeVol Rubber Manufacturing Group, that's a great story because they were really in trouble. They had to get out of their space quickly, and you brought them in. So talk to us about that.
Well, we've always been focused on bringing jobs into Victorville, and especially out at Southern California Logistics Airport, which is former George Air Force Base. Right. So we have a lot of industrial manufacturing things that are going on out there, and this is just another success story. We're talking about 200 jobs added in the city of Victorville, and what's great about this is that you literally are taking people off the roads, commuting down the hill, and you're employing them in their own backyard.
And I want to talk about logistics because in some ways logistics, warehousing, manufacturing, it gets a bad rap. So I want to get your sense of that. I mean, you hear they're not well paid, they're part-time, they don't get benefits, they're not union, whatever it may be. Help me through this concern.
Yeah, from what I understand and what I see out there at SCLA right now, that's not the case. A lot of these people are well paid. They do get benefits. There's retirements plans that they have in place out there. And again, the point is, and what we've always been focused on at SCLA is trying to get our residents jobs so they don't have to commute down the hill, so that they can work in their own backyard and have more time with their families. Quality of life, it's a big deal.
Let's talk about commuting, either down the hill or within the high desert. I don't know how you've done it, but you have been able, in a time where transportation dollars are really hard to come by, with the gas tax dropping and just a lot of need for infrastructure dollars, to get monies from the federal government, from the county government, from the city government. I mean, you're really putting it together.
Yeah, we are. When I came on the council in 2008, my primary focus at that time, being appointed as our delegate to Sandbag,
which
San Bernardino Associated Governments, was to make sure we built La Mesa Nisqually interchange.
Right.
We got that done. So the next biggest project that we had on the list is the Green Tree Extension.
Right.
And when I realized we didn't have the money in Victorville to actually build that, I went to Sandbag and I said, look, you do this down in the valley area of San Bernardino, Rancho Cucamonga, Ontario.
Right.
You loan this money ahead of time, basically, and then when development comes in, it pays it back, right? So I said, can we do the same thing in the high desert? They said, yeah. So we adopted the policy, we adopted the loan concept. The loan ultimately got approved just the other day, unanimously by Sandbag Board, as well as the City of Victorville. So we are moving forward on the Green Tree Extension to connect Apple Valley and Victorville.
And as I understand it, though, the loan amount actually is dropping a bit because the feds jumped in.
Right. So we had federal earmarks that were put out actually on what is known as High Desert Corridor. That's not moving forward as quickly as we'd like it to.
Okay.
So we were able to repurpose those earmarks and put them on this project, which actually reduced the cost of the project.
And you'll pay it back with development impact fees.
Correct.
And that works because of the catalytic consequences of the improved.
Well, yeah, and as development occurs, it actually provides us with the funds to pay back that loan. So no new city taxes, and none of our citizens actually have to pay $1 towards that, because it all comes from development as it occurs.
Let's talk about Bear Valley, the rehabilitation of that road, and that in a lot of ways is inspiring in that you're thinking about all residents.
Yeah, Bear Valley is one of those roads that we've struggled with over the years, and it had some problems. There were ruts in it because of the asphalt that was used the last time it was rehabilitated. So this time we've gone in, we've put in concrete. So as trucks travel over that, you won't have that problem anymore. We completed phase 1 a couple months ago, and we're just starting on phase 2, which will take from Mariposa over the freeway, I-15, to Amargosa, and again, put in more concrete and replace all that.
And adding pathways and crosswalks to make it ADA compliant.
Correct, yeah.
Which is nice, because as Victorville invites more residents that may be older, it's important that they have access.
Right, and a lot of people not only use that road in their vehicles, but a lot of people walk over that bridge, and so making sure that everything's correct, ADA compliant, and safe is important.
So what do you think about this convention?
Great.
I mean, why do you come to conventions like this? Why is it important?
Well, I think it's important to interact with other cities, hear what's successful. What are you doing in your city? What are you doing in our city? I think, just the interaction amongst elected officials and members of staff is very important.
Okay, his name is Ryan McEachron. He is a councilman in the city of Victorville, on the move indeed. My name is Brad Pomerance in Long Beach at the League of California Cities Convention. This is Charter Local Edition.